So, good evening, everyone. Today's speech is going to be about persuasion of putting the phone down. It could wait, about texting and driving and all the things that could come out of this pretty much simple and daily thing that we're all used to doing, especially now in Florida with all the traffic that we have. It's really easy to get distracted and while you're um, stop in traffic to pick up the phone or to answer that text, to browse, even the internet. So imagine you're on your way home driving carefully when the car in front of you suddenly swerves. You slam the brakes, your heart races. Why did the car swerve? The driver was texting. Now imagine the same situation, but instead of stopping in time, you crash and someone's life changed over, all because of a phone. Cell phone use while driving has become so common that many of us don't even question it. But the truth is, this behavior is dangerous and preventable. Um, Today, like I said before, I want to persuade you that using a cell phone while driving should be banned nationwide. Why? Because it increases the risk of accidents, distracts drivers in multiple ways, and safer alternatives already exist. Um, I've been a paramedic in Florida for a number of years, and this is something that we see every day. And accidents that could have been preventable, unfortunately, happen because we don't follow those guidelines. We might even get mad when a police officer stops us for, because they saw us on our phone and did that call or that text was so important that we needed to answer it, when in reality there's nothing that we could do about it. Whatever message we're getting, um, there's pretty much nothing that we could do to change the outcome of it. It's basically just information. So cell phone use while driving significantly increases the risk of accidents. According to the National Safety Council, in 2023, drivers who use cell phones are 4 times more likely to crash. That statistic is not just a number, it is basically a warning. When you're on a call or sending a quick text, you may think you're still focused, but the truth is, your brain can't fully multitask. You're essentially driving blind for several seconds at a time. And each year, thousands of people are injured or killed in accidents involving distracted drivers. And yet, many states still allows some form of phone use behind the wheel. Um, shouldn't we be doing more to protect ourselves and others on the road? Um, there's nothing more important than arriving safe at home, or to avoid a crash that, at the minimum, it even increases our insurance policies. There's a lot of outcomes that worst case scenario, we hit somebody and they it was fatally injured. Best case scenario, we were in an accident and now all of a sudden our insurance went up. You know, Using a cell phone while driving can cause multiple types of distractions. The Center of Disease Control and Prevention identified 3 types of distractions while driving: visual, meaning taking your eyes off the road manually, taking your hands off the wheel, and cognitively, taking your mind off driving. Using a phone, whether it's texting, calling, scrolling, or even using voice commands, can involve all 3 types. You may look at the screen, hold the phone in your hand, and mentally check out of the road, but in that moment, you're not truly driving. You're just moving forward in a vehicle distracted. Even hands-free conversations can reduce brain activity related to driving by 37%. That's almost like driving impaired. We would never accept someone drinking and driving, but we tolerate phone use while driving, even though it can be just as dangerous. Out of 100% cognitively basic cognitively person, you are already eliminating 37%. That's like almost half. You're basically impaired by almost half. There are many alternatives available, so why take the risk? Technologists have given us the option. Most phones have do not disturb while driving modes. Many cars come equipped with voice activated systems and Bluetooth for hands free calling. And according to the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, using voice activated systems can reduce visual and manual distractions, though they still cautions drivers to limit all distractions when possible. Those are all viable alternatives. You can also choose to wait. Whatever text, call, or notification comes through, it can wait until you arrive safely, until you are able to pull on the side of the road if it's really an emergency and you're waiting for that call or for that text. Pull to the side of the road if you really have to take that call or that text. Just think about the message we send to others, especially young drivers, when we pick up our phones in the cars. We're saying this phone is more important than safety. That is a message that we're sending to our kids, to family members, nephews that might be running in the car. We just letting them know that that phone is more important than their safety. And most of the time we don't look at it like that, but subconsciously that's what we're telling them. We have the tools, we just need to use them and encourage laws and policies to protect everyone on the road. So let me leave you with this. Cell phone use while driving must be banned. It leads to crashes, it divides our attention, and it's completely unnecessary. We've all been tempted to respond to that one text, but we must remind ourselves no message is worth a life. I urge you to put your phone on Do Not Disturb while driving. Talk to your local representatives about stricter laws, and most importantly, see the example, set the example. You never know whose life you might save. Thank you. You all have a good night.